Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you've been subscribed to us from the very beginning, you know that we were going through a journey of planning our wedding, and while I was planning our wedding, I got pregnant, and I was 5 months pregnant when we got married, and now we have a little family, so it's just craziness. 2013 was definitely an eventful year for Chris and I. So here I am today to do my postpartum update. It has been 5 weeks since Skylar was born. She was born on December 2nd, 2013. I actually had 2 due dates. One was November 18th to the 24th, and my second due date was December 5th. And that would have been my cutoff date. If I didn't give birth by December 5th, I would have been induced. So I did get my membrane swept November 28th, and that would have been my second to last OB appointment with my doctor. And the reason why I got it swept was because I was just really getting uncomfortable, and I had like a nerve pain on my hands. So it was just getting unbearable at the time. My doctor was all for it because I was already pretty much due. So I had her December 2nd at 4:19 a.m. and my contractions started on December 1st, actually, right in the morning. I woke up at 7:30 in the morning, and that pretty much was the reason why I woke up, because I felt this pain, and I decided to get up and get ready anyway because Chris and I had plans that day to run some errands. So as I was getting ready, my contractions started to come like between, I don't know, every 6 minutes, and we weren't sure what to do at that point. So we decided, okay, you know what, whatever we have to do, let's just do it in Vancouver, because we just had to run errands anyway. And while we were in Vancouver, we just decided to get checked into the hospital. So we went to the hospital, and the doctors checked me, and I was still 3 centimeters dilated. My contractions weren't as intense as it was supposed to be. So they sent me home to rest up, go for a walk and whatnot. So Chris and I decided to go to an outlet mall close to the hospital. We live 40 minutes away from the hospital, so that's the reason why we decided to stay close, just in case my contractions started to become unbearable and more intense at that point. But I got really tired when we were at the outlets, so I decided, you know what, let's just go home. I'm gonna take a nap, and whatever happens, happens, right? So we went home, I took a nap, and woke up at 6 p.m., took a shower, a nice warm shower, and before you know it, as soon as I stepped out of the shower, my water broke. So at that point, we rushed to the hospital again, where the doctor decided to keep me overnight, and I got the epidural right away. I was still 3 to 4 centimeters dilated at that point, but then they gave me oxytocin to help me dilate more. And so at about 3 in the morning, my nurse woke me up, and my doctor checked me again, and I was still between 3 to 4 centimeters dilated. At that point, my doctor told me that, you know, you are getting a fever, and your baby's head is a little swollen, so you do have 2 options. One option they gave me was to wait another couple hours to try and push and have her vaginally if I wanted to, but that just meant that her head would have been cone-shaped when she came out, or have a C-section. And because I've had a fever at that point, my doctor was worried that my temperature would go higher. So she said, you know what, the best thing to do right now is just do an emergency C-section, because it's best for you and the baby. So I decided to go with what my doctor thought was best. If you guys had been following us from the very beginning, we did vlog that day when I was in the hospital, and unfortunately we couldn't record or film in the OR, so Chris was only able to take photos, but I did share some photos with you guys in that vlog. Skylar was born at 4:19 in the morning, December 2nd, 2013. She was 7 pounds, 4 ounces, and at 50.5 centimeters in length. We did already have a couple of doctor's appointments, and now she is almost 10 pounds. And I still do get an update from the Baby Center app in my email. And today's update that I pulled up just says, this week you may find that your baby discovers her hands and her feet. As strange as it sounds, she's just beginning to realize they're part of her body. You can add to her fun by giving her wrist and sock rattles to wear. Also, don't be surprised to hear more gurgles, coos, and grunts as your baby gradually learns to express herself with sounds beyond crying. And that is completely on the ball because she's been grunting, and as far as discovering her hands and feet, she's pretty much discovered her hands from the very get-go. She's like smiling at me. As soon as she was born, she put her hands in her mouth. And her feet, I did put sock rattles on her last night, and she was kicking. And she's probably wondering, like, where the heck is that sound coming from? Because she's hearing it, but she just couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So the update is pretty much on the ball. Being a new mommy is such an amazing feeling, and everything like she does, from her facial expressions to her cries, it just totally amuses us. And I'm just so lucky and blessed to have a husband that had been so hands-on from the very beginning. He did take a couple weeks off when Skylar was born. It just so happened that the holidays were around the corner when she was born, so he was off work anyway. But now he's back to work and just adjusting to mommyhood, and it's been amazing so far, and adjusting to her sleep pattern as well. And it's been okay, but we mentally prepared ourselves that we wouldn't get any sleep. We named her Skylar Brielle, and there's really no like specific reason why we named her Skylar Brielle. Everybody was asking me, like, did you get that name from Breaking Bad? No, I didn't get the name from Breaking Bad. I started thinking of her name as soon as we found out she was a girl, and I actually didn't start watching Breaking Bad until one of my patients at work told me that Skylar was the main character for the show Breaking Bad. So I was like, okay, I guess I should watch the show now. Skylar was the name that just popped in my head, and of course then I tried to look for other names, but we just, like, nothing just really clicked. Skylar was always in the back of our minds. And for her middle name, I really like the name Gabrielle or Gabriella. I decided to shorten it to Brielle. And Brielle means God is my strength, and Skylar means scholarly and educated as far as my research goes. So there we have it. Okay, so here's my belly. I still do have my linea nigra, and my belly button ring mark is still there, but I am putting bio oil all over my belly. My belly button is starting to go back in now. It was an innie because it was an outie when I was pregnant. So here is my incision. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is right there. It's pretty much healed, so it's just kind of itchy, but that just means that it's still sort of healing. But the doctor did do a good job in making sure that you don't see the incision. So there we have it. Yep, I do have to go to the gym to lose this fat. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will link the vlog below of when I had my baby girl. So I hope you guys stick around and follow us on more of our journey as new parents and having our little family. So we will see you guys in our next video. Bye!